My neighbor does mine. Person.
I call this meeting to order of the Hawarden City Council on Wednesday, April 24th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. We're going to start out with our standard agenda items. 1A, approval of the April 10, 2024 regular council meeting minutes and the April 10, 2024 special council meeting minutes.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Patty, thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, no. Passes 5-0. Thank you. Number 1B, approval of the claims for payment for the April 24, 2024. Questions?
I make a motion to approve the claims for payment.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Christine. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. 5-0. Thank you. At this time, we have open business from the community. I want to welcome everyone that's in the room here and everyone that's watching. We especially welcome Andrew Scott and Jess and their family. But if anyone would like to speak at this time, this is your opportunity. Seeing none. Mayor's report. The only thing I have is we will be having a advisory committee meeting of citizens to discuss the cat situation on Monday at 4:30 here in this building. We have varying people with different opinions, but I think it'll be good for us to be able to talk together and try to work out something that's manageable for us and for them. We do have another opening for a council member if someone would like to come at that time. Patty had volunteered, but she is not going to be here after all. So if you would like to be on that, please let me know. That's all I've got for a report. Let's move on to staff reports. Jacob.
We're just continuing along with our training. This will be the last step of the budget process, and things have been going pretty good, I would say. So I got back from IMFOA, was there late last week, get some continuing education before I go, so hopefully my certificate doesn't expire, and yeah.
Okay.
It's been a pretty good time since last meeting, so.
Great. Thank you. Gary?
I just have a few things. It's been a whirlwind 30-plus days since I've been back, and as we continue to prepare for Jacob's departure, Tracy's doing an incredible job as always. Shady Blankenship continues to work 3 days a week until she graduates from USD, and then she'll be working full-time mid-May and will take over as a billing clerk, which will allow Tracy to focus on the finance officer duties. I just wanted to say that I appreciate the dialogue we've shared thus far, and hope to continue working closely with the mayor, council, and staff, allowing us to make informed decisions as we move forward each day. I would like to thank our administrative staff for their efforts. Today is Administrative Professionals Day, and it's important to recognize the work they do each and every day serving our residents and staff. And just to let you know that we do have a meeting with the Planning and Zoning Commission next Tuesday with several requests for consideration. And if those are approved, they will require future Board of Adjustment or council approval, so we'll keep you posted on those. So.
Okay. Tracy, did you have anything?
I also attended the IMFOA training. Appreciate that. Other than that, no.
Okay. Travis?
That is a good training.
I've been working with the Iowa STEM externship program to host a teacher extern this summer. The program places teachers looking for summer employment to learn more in the STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The program is funded 50% by the Iowa Department of Education and 50% by the host business. But in our case, our 50% will be covered by an Iowa Economic Development Authority grant. So it'll be at no cost to us. We'll get a extern. They'll be employed by the Iowa Department of Education, but they'll be here to work on our project for the city. The project they'll be working on is updating our GIS maps, which is the Geographic Information System. This will give the extern valuable working knowledge of the GIS technology and its capabilities, as well as helping us improve our mapping system. The extern will work full-time 6 to 8 weeks, starting in June. We are still working out the exact timeline, and we'll figure that out in our next meeting. So I think
That's
it'll be a good
cool.
addition this
Yeah.
summer. So that's all I have.
Okay, thanks, Travis. Jenny?
Nothing, thank you.
All right. Council comments. Anyone have anything to say tonight? Okay, we'll move on. We have a presentation from Siouxland Habitat for Humanity. Kurt, if you would step up and introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Kurt Frangi, and I serve as the Sioux County Director for Siouxland Habitat for Humanity. It's good to see some familiar faces and some new ones. But mainly just wanted to be here tonight to share a little bit about a new program for us called Home Repairs. So yeah, if you're not familiar with Habitat, our mission is to put God's love into action by bringing people together to build homes, communities, and hope. So a few years we did a new house here in Haywarden, and that's mainly what we've done since I've been a part of Habitat. But we just kind of, maybe last year or so, kind of just started thinking about how could we serve more people in maybe a different way. So this home repair program kind of came about. So it still has similar components to our home ownership program, but just serves people who already do currently own their own home, but just either, I would say, physically or financially don't have the means to make the necessary repairs so they can keep it accessible or just preserve the structure itself. So this will program, if you see that paper there, kind of have some of the details. There will still be an income qualification, so they have to be 60% or below the area median income based on their family size. There's also still a sweat equity component, so they'll have to put in a minimum of 8 hours helping with the exterior repair. And with this first year at least, we'll just be focusing on exterior repairs only. So thinking like re-roofing, re-siding, handicap accessible ramps. If there was maybe like overgrown landscaping that was causing whether a rodent infestation or just maybe poor drainage to a foundation, we could look at that. If there was maybe like some sidewalk or a driveway that was causing a trip hazard, again, just draining toward the foundation, we could look at repairing that. So really just seeking to come alongside people who they aren't physically maybe able to do the repair, or financially they aren't able to hire a contractor and pay that all up front. So we'll be offering the services. Our Habitat staff and community volunteer labor will be free, but then any materials associated with the project, or if we had to involve a contractor, they'd have to repay that cost. And so we'll set up a small loan with them, again, keeping it affordable for them. Hopefully, I don't think more than no more than a 5-year loan is what we're looking at. And so they might have let's just say it's $4,000 for roofing materials. They might end up with an $80-some a month payment. So again, just want to keep it affordable for them. But we're really just kicking this off here. This is going to be just in Sioux County at this point in time for our affiliate. But we think a couple of good things is it's county-wide. So instead of us, typically when we're doing new houses, we first have to identify a community, go find land, go through the family selection process. Whereas now we're here just really hoping families more so come to us with what are their needs and how can we help. And then on the flip side of it, I think it's just a good way for us to, with partnering maybe with a different demographic of volunteers. Sometimes we'll have, maybe churches or business that want to volunteer on a specific day, and when you're doing a new house, you don't exactly know where you're going to be at on that specific day. So with something like this, where maybe if it's a roof replacement, we can coordinate that for a specific weekend. And just hopefully be a good partnership between the family, us Habitat, and volunteers. So any questions that you might have just offhand, but just go ahead.
I like what you're saying. It reminds me of the housing rehab programs
Yeah.
out there.
Yep.
And there's most likely people that just need the repairs rather than a new house.
Sure.
So
Yep.
I do like that program. You've given us a lot of detail, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. You're required, they have to have homeowner insurance. They'll have to be
Yeah.
current on property taxes. If they have a mortgage, they have to be current on that. So they're they're going to be showing some responsibility. Again, it's not a handout, it's a hand up, following in line with Habitat's mission. So just another way for us to put our mission into action, hopefully. So,
Oh, thank you.
no. And I got some brochures here if there's maybe a place at the city. Yeah, really, I guess my only request would be if there's any way that the city can help promote it, we certainly would appreciate that. Just to help us get the word out there is really the main thing at this point. So,
Kurt, how many can apply or would be approved?
yeah, I think for the first year, if we can get some going right away, we're thinking maybe 2 to 4 projects like this first year. We're still doing a new house in Rock Valley right now, but if we can get 2 to 4 of these this first year, just probably depends a little bit on their size and scope of things, but yeah, we'd kind of like to definitely get a few done this year. So, yeah. And I'll put a little plug in. We do have something called our Sioux County Habitat Committee, and we don't have a person currently from Haywarden. We try to have a person represented from each community on that, so I'll just put a plug in there. If anybody knows of anybody that has a passion for habitat, maybe, we would sure love to visit with them at some point. So, appreciate your time very
Okay.
much.
Thanks, Kurt. Moving on to item 4, review and consideration of Civic Plus Master Services Agreement for the city website. Who wants this?
Talk about that. I just put that in the packet. We have received the renewal agreement with Civic Plus, which is our current website provider. We'll need to act on it no later than June 15th. We do have another provider that has indicated an interest in providing a quote or a bid for our website hosting, and so if you have an interest in pursuing that, we can at least entertain that quote. It just needs to be timely so that we don't run into a problem not having a website. So,
Yeah, sure. Is it on here for voting, or you just want to review it?
pardon me?
All right, do you want a vote on this, or do you want?
No, I would just really put it on there more for
Okay.
information, unless you want to move forward with Civic Plus without entertaining any other considerations, so,
I would say if you got somebody that wants to give you an offer on it,
yeah.
I guess I would like to stay with Civic. That's my opinion. They're good, and they are constantly, they're city-focused, and that's pretty much their sole purpose. And I know that, just from friends out there and people in other cities, they're pleased with what they do. They're always going to give you different upgrades and advice. I guess we changed it to that. Personally, I would like to stick with it. So,
Monty, do you want to get another quote or move ahead with the Civic Plus?
I'm ready to decide tonight.
No, but it's just giving Gary an opportunity to whether to collect that
What's it
another.
gonna hurt more information?
Right, okay. Christie?
Same thing, just we can go ahead and see what the other bid rolls in at, and we can decide from there.
Derek?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay.
Got everything you need?
Yep, I'll try to bring that to the next meeting, if that's all right, and you can make some decision from that. I've asked for, we looked at all kinds of options, but I really asked for them to provide just an apples-to-apples comparison of what we have. If we want to make some revisions from that at some point, we can do that, but in order for you guys to make a decision, I think it's only fair that we're comparing apples to apples rather than something else. So I'll have that hopefully by the next meeting.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to number 5, first reading of ordinance 751, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Haywarden, Iowa, 2011 by amending provisions pertaining to electric rates.
I can start with this one. So, as we talked about last meeting, we saw that in number 12, we had some wording in there that kind of gave the city power to do things without council approval, and we are in agreement that we would like it to be, to have the city council for the approval. So we've had the red line in addition inside the packet available for everybody to see. The changes go over that the city council, upon simple majority, will have the authority to do it. and that it would then be presented, and we'll bring it to you guys and approve that way. This is the first reading of it. I know that we would like to entertain the thought of passing it tonight in all 3 readings tonight to get it into the change right away. If you guys are willing to do that, to waive the first and second reading and then pass it all in one go. If not, that's totally fine too. That's something that is going to be up to you guys.
I'm willing to, since we already approved their original ordinance, and this is just changing who's able to implement these changes, I have no problem with approving all the readings.
What are the exigent circumstances that require us to do that?
I mean,
You
typically,
can't waive them without a good reason.
When's it going to effect? July 1?
Yes, this will still take effect July 1. So,
I don't care. I'm gonna vote no anyway, so.
and it will take a supermajority to do that.
Yeah.
So we can do it all just this meeting, next meeting, the meeting after. That's just fine. It'll still be done in time. I think that we just wanted to throw it out there if that's something that you guys wanted an immediate change to take away the
well,
that clause for the city to be able to change rates. So
I'll make a motion so we can decide, so I'll make that motion that we go ahead and approve it and waive the second and third reading.
and I'll second.
Further discussion? We'll do a roll call vote. Allen?
Aye.
Anderson?
Aye.
Harvey?
No.
Clucky?
Aye.
Warner?
Aye.
Passes 4-1. Thank you. Number 6.
we'll actually still have to do another reading for it now. We just waived the requirement. Now we'll actually have to pass it.
The
Okay.
final, yeah.
Need another motion?
Yes.
Okay.
So move.
Second.
Further discussion? Anderson?
Aye.
Harvey?
No.
Clucky?
Aye.
Warner?
Aye.
Allen?
Aye.
Passes 4-1. Thank you. Moving on to 6A, public hearing on proposed fiscal year 2024 budget. I will now open the hearing. It is 5:47 p.m. Is there anyone to speak to the budget from the public? Have we received any written comments?
We've not.
Okay. I declare that the public hearing is closed at 5:48 p.m. We'll now move on to Resolution 2024-15, adoption of the fiscal year 2025 budget.
All right, so this is just kind of the summary sheet. I don't know exactly what page it was on the actual budget paperwork, 11 of 20. Kind of goes, just does a summary of everything that's in the budget. It's got all the general fund revenues and expenses and the beginning balances, ending balances, and the way that everything is in there right now, everything goes positive or stays the exact same, so it is looking pretty good for us at this point in time.
Okay. I make a motion to approve Resolution 2024-15.
In a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? We'll do a roll call vote. Harvey?
Yep.
Clucky?
Yes.
Warner?
Yes.
Allen?
Aye.
Anderson?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Thank you. We are at the end of our agenda. Next regular council meeting is May 8th. I would take a motion in a second for adjournment.
I make a motion to approve adjournment of the meeting.
A second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no? Passes 5-0. Thank you. We are adjourned.
you.
At 5:49.
Who's the boss? We'll be paper supper if he's not.